Climo disc golf. The Champ, the Skyway, the Bel Air. By this time, you've heard everything you need to know about them, so I'm not really going to talk about the discs much more. We're just going to get out here, we're going to throw them, see how they fly. I won't lie, I've been putting the Champs quite a bit, and I've been enjoying them. So let's get right into it.
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
You know what I think is like the coolest part about these Climo discs? Climo obviously hasn't been around the game for quite some time, and since he's been gone, all of us annoying disc golf YouTubers that have a ton of opinions and film ourselves throwing shitty shots, we've come and we've became part of this sport. And the coolest thing is never in my life would I think that, like, because I make silly little disc golf videos, I would get sent Climo discs for free. That's, if there's any takeaway from this, it's that. Like, Climo's one of the best disc golfers to ever live, him and Paul. And because I make these videos, they sent me these to like promote and make content for. So in like the smallest way possible, me and Ken Climo are like connected now. Not really, but like, you know what I mean? Prototype Skyway, 11.4, -1.3. Sure, a lot of you have thrown yours by now. I've heard mixed signals. Ken Climo says they're overstable. You should be able to crank into them. Other guys say they're pretty flippy. This is the only one I haven't really thrown at all yet. So we're just gonna hit it, see what happens. Dang it, I hit that tree. That was a nice flight though. Good little fade back. Okay. So I actually did buy these 2 white Champs as well when the drop went live. I knew that I had these coming, but I wanted 2 white ones of my own because I was like, you know, if I end up liking these and putting them, well then I want to have two white ones. And if I don't like it, well then I'll just keep them in the box and I'll have a collector's item. So far, I've been really liking them. I actually made a putting video on my Patreon with these, and I was low-key kind of chinging them, if you're interested in checking that out. There's been a lot of opinions on the Climo discs, you know, and that's disc golf. Everyone has an opinion about something. Everybody's got to say something about everything, you know, including me sometimes. But the Upshot, the Ulti-World podcast, the home of like misinformation. We're at the point in the off season where there's just like no good content out. It's just like I'll pretty much watch anything, and that's what brought me to watching the Ulti-World podcast with Charlie Eisenhood and the other guy who was pretty annoying. And they were just really like ragging on this. They just like couldn't comprehend the idea that like it's not that like this is cool. Like Ken Climo is back in the sport, and you know, the one dude just like screams about I'm not buying them and all that. It's like, okay, nobody cares, dude. Who even are you? Like, you know? I just thought it was funny because I listened to this podcast and they're bitching, and then I listened to the next week's podcast. I got pulled in. I mean, technically, I guess they're doing their job right because I came back for the next episode. But then they were talking about how they got a bunch of backlash for their hot takes on the Climo discs. And obviously, like, I don't know, you're allowed to have your opinion. I really don't care. I just thought it was funny how against this the one guy was. And I was just like, dude, shut the hell up. Like, it just was annoying me. I don't even know. Enough on that. The Climo disc, guys, I'm liking these. I'm liking them so far. I think it's cool. Is it just a rock in an AVR, kind of. The reason I really like the Champs as of right now is because they're literally just, if you took a KC Pro AVR and you squished them down a little bit, that's all these are. Now I will say they might have a little more thickness in the rim, which I actually really like, because something about it just makes them feel nice. So honestly, based on hand feel, I kind of think the Skyway is my least favorite. It kind of just feels like a low winged Wraith in a way. Like, it doesn't give you that confident feel in your hand, in my opinion. Not saying it isn't like good, because it might be. I haven't thrown it enough, but right off the bat, I don't love the feeling of the disc. I guess when you baby it though, it's a little overstable. That actually wasn't too bad. They got some stability. A kind of understable 11 speed is something I do enjoy. So even though I wouldn't say the hand feel is so slick out here. I wouldn't say the hand feel of the driver is bad. Just when I feel it right away, it's not like exactly what I'd be looking for. The putters, on the other hand, like I said, they are. See, they seem to work for me. What? No, I guess not. I think something that will be interesting is if Discraft players bag this disc. Discraft doesn't have a rock, which is kind of, I guess it's not weird because they got the buzz, but Discraft, other than the Wasp, has never really had a disc that feels like a rock, but the Wasp is much more overstable. I'd say much less glide. When Paul Macbeth first came over to Discraft, he started throwing CT Wasps, which are kind of like KC Pro or Mic Pro Rock 3 AVR, or Mic Pro Rock 3s. And up until now, like now Discraft has a rock. So it'll be interesting to see if this one makes any of the bags. It's pretty good. Flips up nice. Can't complain. Honestly, this is my first day actually throwing the Skyway, and although I said I didn't like how it felt, I didn't love how it felt, it's flying real nice. It's just pushing. So I guess the focus would kind of be like Discraft's closest comparison to a big bead AVR. Now, do I see old Innova players that have now moved to Discraft switching to these? No, I don't, especially because they're all kind of cracked with the focus. Come on. Oh, I suck. Regardless if anyone or any pros switch over to these, I do think it's good because these discs actually did kind of feel like a slot in Discraft's lineup, at least the Champ and the Bel Air. Try a nice little side hander. Okay, guys, I mean, I'm kind of liking this on the forehand. That didn't go anywhere near the basket, but this thing's like that, just smooth as possible release, and it's just gonna go. Hopefully I got a putt from the old Bel Air. I don't. I'm right behind this tree. Guys, we're taking the old reposition lie, just so I can have a putt. What? I like them. So this hole says 200 feet, and then on the notes it says it's a lot closer than it looks. And I don't think I've almost ever like got to this pin. I always come up short. I really don't, like, this hole is shorter than the next hole, but the next hole I literally like barely throw the disc and get it there, and this one I suck. Oh my God. You know, the funniest part about that is as I was in the middle of my run up right there, I was literally thinking like, wow, I haven't thrown a beaded mid-range in a long time. These kind of feel like weird. I used to be a big rock thrower and haven't really thrown them much for a while. And then I shank it into a tree. And then I baby it. Man. What in the hell? Oh, you suck. Aced it. Oh! I feel like one of the arguments that I heard when these first, you know, when the news first dropped about the Climo line. I think this might have been on the old Upshot podcast as well. But they're talking about how, like, in order for this to be a success, they need to, like, they're basically like, oh, they need to reinvent the wheel. Like, they're like, if Climo comes out of the line of discs and all it is just plain discs, like, it's not gonna make it. And I'm just like, isn't that what all discs are? Like, there's not a single company who has reinvented the wheel. They're all the same. And so you're gonna pick this one new company to just bitch about for not reinventing the wheel? Kind of, I don't know. I was like, that doesn't really make sense, man. I think as long as they're good discs, then that's all that really matters. And I don't think you can really say there's anything wrong with them necessarily. But then again, I do kind of realize that I might be in the minority, where I'm the type of player who doesn't like all the new stuff. I don't like swirly plastics. Like, literally, I just want like one color disc with a stock stamp or no stamp. So, you know, heard some people complaining like, oh, these look like starter pack discs. And I'm like, you're not necessarily wrong, but is that actually a bad thing? I guess for a lot of people who like, you know, swirly, proton, glow, prism, pyro, neutron, tempo, matrix, like, yeah, you might not love the look of a disc coming out of literally just the colors of the rainbow, but I do. Oh gosh, wrong basket. I was literally watching. I'm like, I think I might ace that one. I don't know what is the black ace? No, the black ace is the short pin. The completely wrong basket is a gray. I'm not sure. That Bel Air is not as stable as I think it is. There it is, champ parked. Any other disc golfers have like a weird compulsion where the putter that you putt with, you have to bag one, like another one as a throwing putter option? Or is that just me? How's this work on the scorecard, guys? My second shot parked this one, but my first shot parked the next hole's basket. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna skip the next hole's tee shot and just take that throw. Don't tell anybody. When you're so good at disc golf, because you have that champion mentality that you can just play two holes at once and birdie them both, it's whatever. Another little pushy side hand hole for the old Skyway here. That thing is so straight. How did I barely threw it and it just it was so far with no effort. I can do that shit with no effort. Missed the branches. Oh, I almost freaking chinged her. So I'm sure you have an opinion on the artwork / the stamp for the Climo line. And I do too. The prototype stamp, I think they overdid it a little bit. I think it probably should have been smaller. I think it would have been cooler if it was like just one small like kind of corner, like a, I don't know, 2x2 inch stamp. I think this just looks a little messy to me. I am excited to see what they come out with for the stock stamps, because hopefully they make a real clean, simple logo design and people really like it. Bro, no way you just left that short. And that one. Oh God. Jumped over to hole 16 here. 286. Little forehand. Gonna try and really swing this one up. Swing it around the pine tree. Flips up real nice. Oh, what the? Stay up. Oh my. Oh. That's one of those aces where you think you're coming up so short and then it just gets to the basket so fast and then you dead center spit. Oh my gosh, that would have been so sick. That was the purest line ever. I'm mad at myself for filming it slightly off to the side because it's not gonna look as nice on this shot than it looked in person, that's for sure. Oh, are you kidding me? Gotta putt the driver. So deep. Oh, I just literally skipped that off the top of the basket. Well guys, there you have it. The old Climo prototypes. Solid Frisbees. The Skyway. I'm actually probably gonna keep working with that on some side hand flip ups because that thing is just deadly. Like no effort distance. Bel Air, probably won't mess around with it much anymore. The Champs, they're for now they're the weapon of choice for the chingermans, as you can see. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
Creator of Frisbee Club,
The man,
motherfuckers.
the man, the myth.
And right here, I have a frisbee bag. It holds all my frisbees, the ones I like.